everybody. I'm going to wait just a second to see who pops on. I'm going to try and bring this video up live here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay, let me get this in screen. I'm going to just kind of move things around for a second to make sure, see how we do here. That looks pretty good right there. Anyway, for those of you new to my channel, my name is Colleen Light, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Kalama, Washington. So if you've found my channel, then you know all things for me are going to be found under Cards by Coco. That's what my website is under, my blog, Instagram, and Pinterest. So, oh, good afternoon, Jan. I almost said good morning because I usually come on in the mornings. Anyway, I hope you can hear me okay. Yesterday, I went to upload my video, and oh, it was so incredibly glitchy. Okay, so first things first, we are going to be making these very cute pocket cards. So this is the color I started out with in the Calypso Coral. Then I kind of thought it wasn't Eastery enough. Then when I started taking pictures, I kind of went back to this one. So I don't know which one everyone would like, but here's two examples. But I really love this designer series paper. So this is the one we're going to make today. We're going to change it up a little bit, though. We're going to do a little masking and put some grass in there. Anyway, we're working with the Easter Bunny stamp set. You can see there are great stamps in this one. Sorry, it's kind of gets a little glary sometimes. Anyway, you got your Easter eggs. Those are my favorite. And your little grass, we're going to play around with that today. And then three different bunnies here, birds, sentiments, on down the line. So you can find this in our current mini catalog. I need to let you know, though, if you were wanting the bundle and the punch right now, this little Easter Bunny punch, which is what I really wanted and didn't get, I waited too long to order, is unavailable until mid-May. So after Easter, but still I think it would be great. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I like to make all my cards with you start to finish. So we're just gonna make this whole project together. It's just how I like to do it. So we're going to start with our Calypso Coral today. One of my favorite colors, if you've been following Stampin' Up! At all, then you know that we are going to be having a color refresh. Some in colors are going away, and we're having a color refresh. And I'm not telling anyone what my least favorite color is and the one I'm hoping is leaving until after it comes out. Anyway, so we want to do this. I think we're going to do this at 5.5. Let's just cut this right down the middle so we'll have another card base if needed. So we're going to cut this right down the half and then 4.25. So you can actually get your card four card bases if you were to make 4 pocket cards out of one sheet of paper, which is great, right? But I'm going to use this since I'm coordinating it. I'm going to cut this 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches because that's going to make our pocket. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't put this here for a second for anyone who wants to screenshot it. I'll have it all blogged before I go to bed tonight. But if anyone wants to screenshot this is your opportunity. Then I'm going to set it off to the side. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to cut this at 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. I always like people who are watching. I think it's so lovely when people join me that I like to give those instructions out to everyone, or at least the cutting dimensions out right away. All right, 3.5. And let me show you how easy it is. We're going to make a little triangle here. So just going to put one corner here, right in the groove, and the other one there. So you can see that this will also give you 2 out of the 1 square. So if you were one of these people, and I am one of these people that loves to send Easter cards, you can see how easy it is to just create, right? So that's going to go there. All right, so let me get out my card base and let me get out my triangle. Now we're going to have fun with some designer series paper. So I love the Happy Forest Friends, but I wasn't exactly sure what to do with it, honestly. I didn't get the stamp set that coordinates, and I'm thinking, I'm just not sure now what to do with it now that I have it. Oh, I did forget to cut this piece of Calypso Coral. We'll come back to that. Anyway, I wasn't sure what to do with it, but I think for this Easter card, this designer series paper is perfect. So I didn't want the bear in there. I wasn't sure exactly, exactly what I wanted to do. All right, so I literally just, oh, here they are. I was like, just saw my measurements. So I want the bird in there though. So this piece of designer series paper needs to be cut 4¼ inches by and 4 inches. So I'm going to turn it this way and cut at 4 inches here because I don't need the bear in there. So I'm going to take them off, probably save them for a little bit. And then 5.5 inches. No, 5¼ inches. I'm trying to think, do I want, yep, I'm going to go just like that. So when you're using your designer series paper, kind of see what you want primarily left. And for me, I really wanted most of this scene with the flowers and the birds, since we're going to be using the bunny. I really wanted that scene down there. I didn't need a lot of sky. That's why I chose to do it that direction. Okay, so now we have to cut another square. This is the part because it's directional. And if you've known me for more than a minute, I struggle with I would get lost if you turned me 3 times around in a paper bag and I have no sense of direction. So I actually have to look at how I want to put this in the paper trimmer to get my square because I want my angle to come down like this. So I'm going to cut this part here at 3/4 by 3/4 inch. So that's how I have to look at things. So I would say that when you are designing your projects, make sure, and there's a good chance I still might have gotten this wrong with my sense of directions and layouts, but I think it's right. We'll find out here in a second, won't we? Anyway, so I'm going to want this to go this way and not this way through the paper trimmer. I want it to go this way. So I'm holding it on my triangle for my pocket fold to make sure I have things going in the right direction the way I want. So that is my hint to you today is to lay things out and be careful. Measure 2 or 3 times, lay it out a couple of times. It's easier to certainly take a little bit extra time in the beginning, then rework the wheel. So there we go. So now I'm happy with this layout right here. Let's go ahead and put our pocket fold together, and then we're going to start making, we're going to work on our bunny and our inside card and everything else. So let's go ahead and work on that. But first I'm going to just put this together so you can kind of see where we're at. And you don't need a lot of glue for this, just come around the outside here. I like a pocket fold. I like, and I think if you followed me for any length of time, you know I like simple and easy cards. I don't do a lot of fancy. I really like simple and easy projects. I have a large family, so I like things that come together pretty quickly. And with the new catalog coming out and the new colors and whatnot, I'm also wanting to get some of my favorite designer series paper. I am stocking up a little bit on some of my favorites, but I'm also trying to use things up so I can share with you the new products as they come out. So let's go ahead and I am going to just make sure we leave the same border right there. If you like, if you're a person who really prefers 1/8 inch, just adapt the measurements. If you like your borders to be in those 1/8 inch increments, and I know a lot of people are, just go ahead and adapt the measurements for that. Let's put this down here. I have some tear and tape. You know I love my tear and tape for fun folds. I think people play around with them a lot. Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm putting my tape at the bottom here. And then up this side. Okay. Yep. We want to go up this side here. And I saw Kim Plays with Paper do this trick not that long ago. And I am going to shamelessly copy her because it was such a great idea to take this Stamparatus And to go ahead, I'm going to put this right here. Actually, this part right there, and then I'm going to use this to help me make sure that my borders are even down here. Kind of tuck everything into the corner. So I'm not trying to wiggle that tear and tape in place. And you can see just by doing that how well it worked out. So, like I said, I shamelessly copied her. But it's such a great tip. Why not, right? Okay, let's work on our bunny rabbit a little bit. I have a piece of scrap white designer series paper, and we are going to stamp this little bunny. And I'm going to use a tuxedo black Memento ink, which I think I say it wrong every video. It's the Memento Tuxedo Black. So I say it wrong every video, and I've already got our bunny out. This is the one I am using here. It would have been the one we would have used had I had the punch anyway. And I just like the direction this one's facing. I have to tell you though, in all honesty, oh, let me move that out of the way, that magnet. I have to tell you in all honesty though, I fussy cut some of these out, and these are very easy images to fussy cut. So if you want a standalone image like you would with your bunny, go ahead and fussy cut it, because it actually fussy cuts extraordinarily well. Okay, I'm using my Stylish Shapes dies, so I just want to make sure, yep, that'll fit in there perfectly. Now, I did go ahead, I don't have the masking paper yet, it's on my list. So I'm just going to cover that up with the old-fashioned way. If you've been stamping for any length of time, you know this is before we had that masking paper. This is what we did. We stamped our image on one of these sticky notes, and then we would just cut out the part we need and then line it up down here with your image. This is and hold it in place with the sticky part. So very easy. I am going to be using some Pear Pizzazz. I think I wanted a little bit more color for our grass. So I'm going to grab the grass down here. On this one, you can see, where is it? On this one, I used our markers. Or not the Stampin' Blends, pardon me, but you could use a marker or a blending pen. And I just went ahead and grounded it just by coloring real quickly, which I thought turned out really cute. But you know me, I like to play around when everybody's watching on the YouTube. So that's what we're going to do. I want to kind of practice with you guys. I have more fun doing that than sitting in this craft room by myself. It's always more fun to craft with other people, I think. So I don't watch a lot of the comments while I'm crafting. I have to, oops, this moved over a little bit. Let me fix this up. I don't want it in his feed. Anyway, I don't watch a lot of the comments, but leave your questions in your comments and I will look at them before I sign off. And then I usually can see the live comments about 24 hours, believe it or not, after. So I am going to just pop this there, maybe a little bit more here, a little bit more there. Now, you know, this is going to actually, we're going to cut off a lot of this, right? Because I'm using that die. But I just want a little bit of color to ground my image. And I'm not being too fussy because I know I'm going to be cutting some of that off. Ta-da! Now, if you were really wanted to, I think I just want to take, did I get my hair in there? There we go. I just took the very tip of that stamp and put it underneath. Okay, now for the fun part. Now, oh, you know what? Let's do that butterfly too. I wanted to use a little bit of Flirty Flamingo and that butterfly. I just thought the Flirty Flamingo, I know it's not a coordinating color. I know it's nowhere really to be found on that. I just really like the butterfly and Flirty Flamingo. You could do it in Calypso Coral if you wanted to stay matchy-matchy. By all means, do that. I really just like this little butterfly in the Flirty Flamingo, and I am going to put it right down there, close to the bunny. And I'm also going to use the Flirty Flamingo blend and tie in that butterfly for our little bunny's ear. So let me show you. Here's a flirty flamingo. I'm going to use the light flirty flamingo. Let's go to the brush tip. And I am just going to bring this in right here. Just like that. And I think while we have it out, let's just fill in this little area here on our butterfly. So pretty. I just think this is nice. Like I said, I did not know exactly what I was going to do with this paper, and I've made some projects with it. And I just thought this was perfect for this bunny. So I'm bringing in my crumb cake. I think this is, for me, the color most closest to those baby bunnies that come out in the spring. So that's why I chose this color. I've seen people use the grays, and what other colors have I seen? I know the grays. I've seen people use a bunch of different colors. I'm just gonna try and go through these shadow marks here real quick, but not too much, and maybe just a little bit here and a little bit on the eyelashes just to draw some attention. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a quick coloring here, and I appreciate your patience while I do this. Always go back and forth. Like, is it better to have things done in advance, or to just spend some time together and do things online together? I want to leave some white space, so I'm really only going to come down to the nose here and up by the eye. I want to leave some white space. I like a brighter card. So by leaving in that, and I'm just going to color this quickly, and I might go back and touch it up when we're done. But for right now, we'll just do this and get the point across. So if you are looking forward to that color refresh, let me know what colors are you hoping to stay? What ones are you okay with leaving? I think we all have colors that we're just not naturally drawn to, and other colors we absolutely love. So I don't know. I haven't seen the new catalog. Oh, speaking of, if you need a catalog, please just leave a comment or a message and private message me your address, and I'll make sure you get one in the mail. Going to be completing my catalog order soon. And if you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, your complimentary copy will be on its way. Okay, that's it. On this one, when everything was said and done, I added a little bit of Winkostella. You can't really tell, but there's some Winkostella there. This is it for our bunny. If you wanted to fill in your grass, you could. You could do some more coloring. I don't know that I will. I kind of like it the way it is. I like that white space coming through. So I'm just bringing out my silicone craft sheet because I'm going to bring in my mini die cutting machine, and it helps keep it stable and not shake so much. Okay, so this is our mini. Let's get these layers done the right way. My goodness, I have them all cattywampus there. Let's go ahead, take our little bunny. I'm going to put him this way. And I think I'm going to grab a little bit here of this, just a corner of this little sticky note here, because I don't want it to wiggle on me. I really like how that rotation is, how he looks. So let's go like that. And then we're going to bring out our stamps again. Oop, pop. Did you guys hear that? And how cute and how easy is this? Like, isn't that just darling? Just a little bright spot there. Okay, so I also have some basic rhinestones here. Those are some of my favorites, and I'm going to want to color those, I think, a little bit before we go too much further. And I want them a little on the brighter side. So let's go ahead and bring in some So Saffron and just color. If you haven't watched before, you can actually color on your markers or color on your gems and pearls and whatnot and change the color by using your Stampin' Blends. We want those to dry. So there we go. A little So Saffron just to give it a little bit more color. I'm all about the Easter colors today. Okay, we have to do this inside panel here. So let's do that. So we need another piece of Calypso coral, and I have some scraps over here. This is how I store my scraps in any variety of freezer bags. Anything that's usually on sale. And I have them all in a bin, a big bin, and I just line them up that way. And it keeps them all organized and neat for me. So for this piece here, we want 3 inches by 4 inches. This one's a little rough on the edge, so I'm going to just take that off, flip it around, and go 3 inches. Make sure I have it all even here. Okay, let's see here. 3 inches by 4 inches. Okay, easy peasy there. And then we'll grab a piece of basic white, and we're going to cut that at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So there's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So you can really see how quickly this comes together. And then we're going to stamp Happy Easter at the top of this in Calypso Coral. So very, very, very easy card. Not a lot to this, although I think it's a nice card and it leaves plenty of room for a note. I really like having lots of room to write a little message on. And I think this one fits the bill for that. Oh, let me see. My computer just went off, so hopefully I'm doing good. Oh, good. Good afternoon, Kathy, or good evening where you are. Hope you're well. Thanks for popping in. Let's go. We're making a pocket card today. So happy Easter there. Let's bring this in. I always have to look at my sample too, Sometimes I get, you get busy and it's like, now what was I making again? So I look frozen on my end. I hope I'm not frozen on your end. I hope not. That's what happened yesterday. So I'm really hoping I am not frozen. Let me see here. Let's see if it'll kind of catch up a little bit here. Okay, let me see. That's exactly what happened yesterday. So maybe this video's not meant to be. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to take this, stamp it. Happy Easter. Easy peasy. You could put, let me see here. Let me move that stamp out of the way. There are carrots there, hi, flowers, the bird, the butterfly, and the Easter eggs. So if you want to add more down here, just go ahead and do that. Okay, so now for this, we're going to layer this right here. Let's do that. So if anyone's watching, let me know if I'm still on. I can't tell. My computer reset, and this is what happened all day yesterday. The internet was in and out, in and out, in and out. They're doing some developing around us with some new houses, and I'm almost kind of wondering if they're not working on lines or something, because the weather here is just lovely. Like there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. So I'm thinking it must be something else. All right, happy Easter right there. I've already die cut this using the same stylish shaped dies. I'm going to pop our bunny right there. You could use more designer series if you want. I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. Okay. Little bit of glue there. Let me go ahead here and do this. I'm going to keep, like I said, I'm going to keep forging ahead here, hoping that I am still live. Or at least something is recording that maybe I can upload it. You know how it is. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to take a second, and I bounced off, and I'm going to go back to my channel and see what happened here. See if anything's still coming on here. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to go like that, and then we are going to go ahead, pop this up on dimensionals here, and I have some dimensionals right here. Let's go ahead and do that. I know I want one there, then I want these ones right there. So let's go ahead, take those off. I'm going to line it up with this designer series paper. That's how it works the best. Then we're going to grab in our lovely gems here, and we're going to add those. So let's go ahead and do that. And on this one here, I added the gems on the card. I thought the card was just kind of needed a little bit more, but I didn't do any more stamping. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to add the gems just like that. So you could add a ribbon here if you wanted anything more fancy. You could add lots of different things. Ribbon, you could add some, I took out some twine. I thought I was going to use some twine, maybe put a little bow there, but then I didn't really like that, so I wasn't sure. So these are the two that I have in Calypso Coral. This is the one I used. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name, but I kind of swapped up the colors. I wasn't exactly sure which one I liked better, but I think I like the Calypso Coral. So, oh, good, Kathy. Thank you. Yes, still coming through. Cute bunny. Thank you. Yeah, it's not showing me anything on my end, so I'm happy to know it's still coming through. So, anyway, these are the cards I made. Which color do you actually like better? I'm not really sure. What was that color there that I used? Let me see. It is soft sea foam. So I used soft sea foam and then the So Saffron, and this is the Calypso Coral and that Happy Forest Friends Designer Series paper. You'll have to let me know which one you actually like the best. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will be live on Thursday. Thanks for popping in today with all the internet issues yesterday. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye.